G'day gamers, Whitebot here with some core team deathmatch on Blobs Deuce 2, the noobs. The two remaining noobs, we picked up another one on their way, which is the old mate Badger and myself. Jumped on, and this is the last game we played before we called it quits. And I was playing late at night, so to get my shot back in, I had to switch to the suppressor and the reflex sight. DJ Rip joined us earlier on, and he had to leave because he's having internet issues, but probably wondering what the subject means. What a night. Gamers, I've just come back. It's a Sunday night. It's now 11:45 on a Sunday night. And I've just come back from my first ever first time ever for me going to a heavy metal gig. And it was at, like I say, in Sydney in a place called Frankie's, and it sold pizza and it was free to get in. And I have to tell you, gamers, I was quite surprised and impressed by this culture and community. It was, you know how, I'll be honest with you, gamers, you know how people say, oh, heavy metal, oh, that'd be shit, that just crap, don't go along there, you know, all these sweaty blokes with heaps of long hair, which a lot of people did have more hair and black than I did. But man, I was impressed. It was free to get in for starters, right? They were serving pizzas, and from what I could see and smell, the pizzas were quite nice. Beer in plastic cups, as always, you know, well, schooners. But, you know, the beer, excuse me, tasted all right, as you can hear. I didn't drink much beer. Had one light beer while I was there. And I have to say, gamers, it was a lot of fun. I mean, there was a bit of, you know, slam dancing and people pushing around, people here and there. And I have to say, gamers, it was awesome. It was awesome. There were some very attractive ladies there. There was some very weird. It was weird. Let me give you an idea what it was like, and I didn't really sum it up until I left the venue. So you walk in from the venue off the street there, and Sydney's in a good vibe at the moment. It's got a Vivid Festival. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Sydney Vivid Festival. It's a live festival all over the building. So pretty packed. Couldn't find a park. Finally got a park where we made catastrophic, and we went on in and met up. You know, I took a couple of other friends along with us as well. I was driving the Jazz and got in there, and you go downstairs. And the first part of the bar, before you go at the back where the bands are, it was a bit, how can I say it? A bit, well, hipster. There were quite a few hipsters there, and I thought, oh, well, this is a bit odd. But as soon as you get out the back, that's where you hit the metal. And, you know, there was a lot of, well, look at these two noobs. You dudes do it. I have no idea what kind of Blobs Deuce too. I think I was saying to Badge there, mate, I said, I don't know what those guys are doing. As I get a double and for the Hunter Killer in the Sky. But I have to say, gamers, the music went off. Now, the first band I was not impressed with. I mean, I thought, oh, if this is what the it's going to be like for the rest of the night, I'm not going to be that happy. But the second band got on, and look, I couldn't even pick up their names. I think one was called Dimebag of the band, and the other one's called Bloodduster. Now, I didn't see Bloodduster because I have to work tomorrow morning. I would have loved to stay behind and see Bloodduster play. But they had this band, I forget, I didn't even hear their name, but they were fucking rocking. And I'm not into heavy metal, gamers. I'm not really into it big time, but I appreciate the skill and the effort they go to this band. And I mean, the stage and everything, and the headbanging, and something. One guy had hair, it was so big, I was like, fuck, there's a band on that stage with that hair? Jesus, look at it. I mean, it was pretty damn impressive, and one of the most impressive things, like, this band was awesome. Look at this, this is really bad. Look, if I had extended bag, maybe I would have got in, but yeah, you're dreaming one more. But I have to say, games, you know, there were some gorgeous women there, a bit of slam dancing, there was all sorts of stuff, and it was a pretty, well, from what I can see, a pretty happy, positive community. No real aggro. The aggro was taken out on stage. There was none of this, oh, you fucking this, you fucking crap. No, dude, it was pretty cool, and, I mean, they scream into the microphone, but the way it started out, right, games, if you can imagine the stage, it's sort of like a semicircle, and they had like a curtain on it. And, you know, they'll be playing music pretty loud, and then you hear the band, you know, getting their guitars in and getting all warmed up and doing what bands generally do, and the drummer hitting drums really fast. And, you know, basically you can say a mixture of metrosexuals and Vikings on the stage most of the time, except for the band that I liked. That was more pretty much, reminded me of hardcore skaters with instruments. Yeah. Well, anyway, look, so what happened was, you hear the band warm up and you hear this nice little guitar ballad playing. I think that's what you call it, a ballad, I'm not too sure. Next thing you know, the curtains pull back and there's a guy singing a very demonic voice, you know, about 3-4 guitarists on there and the drummer going full on, and you're just hit by testosterone, heaps of hair, guys banging their heads back and forth, and it was just like an audio explosion and sensory feeling, and I've never experienced that, and now I can understand why people get into it, because I found myself banging my head at one stage. I'm like, well, why? But you're banging your head. You're banging your head. Now, look, I was wearing grey jeans, Mickey's War 2 t-shirt, and my Mass Effect shoes, so I was representing the gamers, and nobody judged me for it, and I have to say, anybody doesn't judge me for the way I look like a gherkin. Yeah, good drop shot there, son. And it's just, you know, pretty much, Yeah, what can I say, gamers? It was a good experience, and I thought, well, I got this clip back from last night, and I thought, well, I better do a bit of talk about it, and just say to you people, whenever you get the opportunity to go with good crew of people, something you're not used to, and get yourself out of your element, and you're not too excited about it, and you don't feel like going sometimes, get off your ass and go, because that's what life is all about. It could be anything. It could be like building a sandcastle when you're not into it, and things like that. And gamers, I recommend that you bloody well do it, because I've had a fantastic Sunday night. I was accompanied by 3 very lovely ladies, friends of course, and you know, I had a ball. And there are people I've recognised when I used to live in my old neighbourhood. Now I understand what they're talking about, getting their thrash out and, you know, just banging their heads and just getting in there. And yeah, I'll probably go to another gig. Now I have to say, the difference from when I was younger to now with gigs, my ears aren't ringing nowhere near as much, so sound is getting better for the average band person. So gamers, when I was young, you know, I'm talking probably good 20 years ago, when you saw a band, I'd be shouting into the microphone now a lot more and not hearing as much. But I'm seeing it getting better. As you can see, Ybot doing all right. So yeah, I just thought, well, you know, I've got to make a video, so I'll be up by tomorrow morning, and you know, I'll post it up before I go to work, and just tell you what a night I had, and to tell you, basically, get out there every now and then, gamers. You know, most Sunday nights I let it say, sit back, have a couple of beers, play a bit of Titanfall, make a couple of videos or a montage, my clip each, or whatever you call it. That sounded wrong. Or Gears of War 3 or other games, but I thought, nah, I was invited to go out, went out, caught up with my mates, and you know what, I had a crack of a time. And I was out of my element, and that's what made it even better. You know, I was, you know, out of my element. And I thought I got the final kill cam here. Why have I got the final kill cam? No. No, I did not, gamers. Check this out. Running up here, runs around here, A94. Now, I think it was 19 and 6 is my final score. Both the Noobs representing up the top there. I thought not a bad game, and I thought, well, you know, put it up there and tell me what you think. So, Frag and Tay, keep it positive. Good days that own you, and I'll catch you mofos on the battlefield. I mean, that's a commentary.